just playing on the PC you got for your birthday. That sounds pretty awesome. So, I know the title says Shiny Hunting in Legends ZA. And we can totally do that. Or I could do some shiny hunting prep in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl with some cheated out the wazoo Pokemon. What say y'all? And Shauna, no worries about missing the last stream since it's been few and far between for actual streaming. Moondrop, Soulheart, welcome. It's been a minute. We got a vote for Pokemon Pearl. And also I'm doing well. Doing so well. How are you? Oh my goodness, I can see now. So, if we do that, then I need to hide encounters. Pearl, it's been forever. Okay, it's 2 votes for Pearl, and my personal leaning is Pearl as well. So, we don't have to twist my arm any about it. I just gotta update my live stream information here. Change that. Press coin. Where'd that though? There we go. Open. Save. Edit. Change. Save. You won Ultra Moon not too long ago? Hey, me too. Good job. I finished the prep for shiny hunting Poipole and Type Null again in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So I am excited for that. But also, like, I'm super stoked that I was able to drop a video this week. Even though if it was 2 days late, it was great to be able to drop a video talking about Pokemon games and services. And I think it spurred a deeper conversation. How are y'all feeling about Brilliant Diamond Shiny, or not Brilliant Diamond, Fire Red Leaf Green getting announced for the Switch as not part of the NSO, but as part of a standalone series. You know, just basically a virtual console. Okay, there was a way to cheat this. I'm pretty sure. What was my Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon team? That is a phenomenal question to which I don't really remember the answer. Because I don't really like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon that much. I know, I'm a little bit of a hater that way. I basically just soloed it with Incineroar because I could. I think that... Oh no, I need to take care of those two. Okay, how do I get that one done? Drop down right there. Okay. There we go. And that is how you do this gym without fighting a single trainer, but there is totally an easier way. As showcased by Small Ant, but I can't remember what it is. I am so ready to know your very interesting team, Moondrop. You have Pokemon Shield, Let's Go Eevee, and Pokemon ZA. Honestly, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is pretty worth it. The DLC is amazing. But, like, if we're talking, like, old style, I gotta go with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the original Ruby Emerald Sapphire, or Black and White. Decidueye, Salazzle, Zoroark, Slowbro, Fearow, Pupitar. Okay. Yeah, I think I did Incineroar and Vikavolt. That's it. As you can tell, my Infernape is stacked because the goal isn't to enjoy the playthrough of this game at this time. It's to get to the end and start again 2 more times. I got 2.5 save files I need to upload. Well, not upload, but get from like the first gym, or a little after the first gym, all the way up to beating the game so I can shiny hunt Arceus. And my plan is to do a quad hunt with 4 controllers and shiny hunt at 4 systems at once. You are thinking, let's see, bummer not connect to Pokemon Home, but glad to pay. I bet it will connect to Pokemon Home. I think we're going to be waiting on some news for Pokemon Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness releasing. I don't think it was a mistake for them to say Pokemon Home connectivity coming soon. I just think it was a mistake for them to put it on there so soon. Mimi, hello. Oh, you have Scarlet and the DLC for it? Yeah. Definitely would recommend some of the older gens. But if that's not an option, then I would get Pokemon Pearl. You're playing some Animal Crossing New Horizons. Not bad. Why does she have a random Medicham, might I ask? Sure, I didn't mean what in a bad way. Oh, wait. Every time you talk about Fearow on your team, some people go, Fearow? Fearow? It's not a bad way, but Fearow? I got it. I follow now that I'm in the conversation again. But for real though, Fearow? I mean, Fearow's pretty, I wouldn't say stacked or anything. Like, for a Gen 1 bird, it's pretty good. Maybe a shout out to those guys who climb mountains for wisdom or something. For what? Oh! I follow you, Mimi. Quite possibly. Ooh, yay, another Sneasel. I am also kind of going for a Living Dex on this game with a trainer named Sludge. Don't know why that's a thing, but whatever. Goodness. There we go. Like I said, this game's kind of stacked because it was get through it as fast as possible. With the creator of Atmosphere retiring and not knowing when forks are going to be made available for it, I wanted to get these ready for shiny hunting with the most ease possible And so that means I'm doing it now as opposed to later. And I'm doing it on Sword and Shield as soon as possible as well. There's nothing really to shiny hunt in Scarlet and Violet that's a static encounter, so nothing to set up for there. Shauna's over there now. Nice. It's like I say I'm going as quick as possible, but it would definitely go a lot quicker if I didn't get sidetracked on catching Pokemon. What's my favorite shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield? Aegislash. It's also my first Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Konora, welcome. Sneasel out here doing me dirty. It is a good one. The red and black really goes well together on that shiny. Yeah, so Kenora, I am setting up 4 playthroughs of this game to shiny hunt Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus, Giratina, Palkia, Dialga, Mispriot, Azelf, Cresselia, Uxie, all of them. Yamper! Bolton's a pretty cool Pokemon, actually. Yeah, so I have a few save files that I set up back in the day as sludge for the OT because I had really thought about this for a long time. We're talking years before I actually started doing the Sludge Bomb channel. So I got these save files and got the events on them and just never played through them to the completion to actually utilize the events. So what I want to do is be able to shiny hunt 4 at once. For those that are on the horizontal live stream, a little bit of a preview of what that screen's going to look like is this. So we got one screen in there right now because that's all I have hooked up, but I do have the ability to hook up 3 other consoles to this for streaming. Vertical, that's not really going to be a possibility, so I'm going to figure out a way to shiny hunt with one screen on that and switch screens, if that makes sense for you guys, when I get the shiny, if I don't get it on the one that's visible. But that's a tentative plan. Have fun at school tomorrow. Sometimes I miss school, other times I think better of it. This doesn't feel right. Yeah. I will do my best, Shauna. Enjoy your evening. / night. That's right, I never came all the way in here, did I? Or do I just need to kick this guy's butt? Safe with the guard? I should have known better. Oh my gosh. My poor computer. We found a storage key. Do you think he dropped it on purpose? Hey, Ruben, welcome. You need to finish BDSP? Well, I'm going to be finishing it 3 times. Oh. We got another 2 games after this to set up. Yeah, I'm gonna be quad hunting the legendaries to get them done faster. It's sad that shiny hunting takes so long that it is more worthwhile to do 4 playthroughs of the game so you can do 4 consoles at once than it is just to do all of the shiny hunting. I'm kind of hoping for some miraculous Cresselia luck again, because back when I hunted it under the other channel name, I got it in like 16 encounters. Oh yeah, it was amazing. How you been, Ruben? Been good and super busy. Feel the busy part and the good part for the most part. I think we're good. 3 little girls will do that to you. I have no doubts of that. Turn down. Turn down. Turn down for what? Come on. I know you want to face down. Ah. I knew that was going to happen. It's okay. I think I have to pass her multiple times. So it's probably better to battle her. I have had a Maple Story song stuck in my head for like the last 4 days. I just found out that Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, is getting a sequel manga. There is a chance that we could see the anime return. Not that anybody aside from myself probably knows exactly what the... Hey, Sludge Mom, it's me! Knows what that is. But it's possible. I'm fairly certain that's all I needed to do here, but I'm also fairly certain this is how I get the Master Ball. Ryland, you have a great night. Whis, hello. Say what again exactly? History's strongest disciple, Kenichi, is getting a continuation of the story in 2026. A sequel manga. So there is a small chance we could get a continuation of the anime. Maybe it'll spark enough drive to warrant an anime being continued instead of like the 2 seasons we got for it, because that's actually got some really good stuff from what I hear. Yeah, it's a good one. I love it. So, Ruben, the lowdown on the story for that is basically this really wimpy kid ends up at a dojo to get martial arts training because he's tired of getting picked on all the time. And instead of having one training master, he ends up with like 5. And so he learns a bunch of different styles, and the whole premise of the show is just his masters literally beating the knowledge and skills into him because he has 0 natural talent, of course, so it's going with that trope, but has the a genius and hard work trope. And it kind of has some Karate Kid elements to it as far as unorthodox teaching styles. And in the moment that sets the whole course of events for the show on its path is he's going to this martial arts training for this fight that he has to be involved in, but his masters are intentionally not teaching him any actual karate. They're all working on his base strength and whatnot, and just building up his frame, providing the framework, because they want him to lose this fight, because losing the fight early on kind of takes you out of the fighting ring, you know, so that, yeah, you can defend yourself going forward, but this fight's for a spectacle. You probably shouldn't win it. But his friend that he meets that ends up taking him to the dojo ends up teaching him a move, and he accidentally uses it to beat this senior kid, and that just puts him on everybody's radar. And so the story is he progressively has to learn more and get stronger to deal with increasing level of foes and people that, you know, you win a fight, that's just winning another fight in the future. That gives you something to look forward to. Word. It kind of covers like 1 to 2 arcs, but there's like a whole 4 other arcs that aren't covered. That was a waste of time for Dazzling Gleam. Guess I should go heal up. That is a gym, not a Pokemon Center. There it is. Wow, my computer's really struggling. So we are going to end that stream and keep the vertical one live. Because the vertical one actually has people hanging out. Way more than I realized. But we have people hanging out there all the same. That's a little better. Still pretty choppy though. Can't wait till I get a new computer. I would probably already have one by now if Lego didn't drop a $600 set of Legos for Pokemon that I need. That was my birthday present to myself, from myself. For those that weren't here when the stream began, the purpose of this is I want to shiny hunt all of the legends in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I created some save files ages ago and got to like just where you could get mystery gifts, so I could preload these mystery gifts onto the game for those that need them, like Darkrai, Shaman, all that. And I never played them because I never got around to fully shiny hunting them. I mean, I did shiny hunt Shaman on 2 of the files, and I shiny hunted Darkrai on another of the files, but I wanted to get it in a different trainer name, so here we are. I'm playing through the game another 2 times after this to get them all up to where we can shiny hunt Arceus, and I can shiny hunt on 4 screens at one time. there's the light gold. I forgot to put one up. Pokemon Day is 4 days away, and you're still trying to come to terms with the fact that we are celebrating 30 years already? Indeed. Welcome back, Moondrop. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that it's 30 years. And Zelda hit their 40th, but we don't have a Nintendo Direct announcing anything for Zelda, which is wild. Like, I know the Zelda 25th was a pretty big deal. You have your air conditioner on? Oh gosh. It's pretty wild. Hey, as long as it's comfy for you, that's what matters. Oh, I actually took some damage, okay. Crazy. You bet it does. Tomorrow is a Nintendo Treehouse. Do we know what to expect on it? Treehouses are them usually playing a game of some kind, isn't it? Speaking of which, I don't think my time off got approved for Friday. My plan for Friday, if I can get the time off, is to find somewhere to go and stream and just sit down and grind through Fire Red. Maybe just to switch it up, I'll do Leaf Green. I don't know. But I am trying to figure out if I'm going to do a Shiny only playthrough, Shiny only badge quest, or if I'm going to do a full run. Just a regular run and Shiny Hunt at the end. You never thought you'd like air conditioner in the winter? It's been a really warm winter, I feel like. Like, it just barely got cold for us because my wife decided to say something about, you know what, it feels kind of like spring out here. Very next day, snowstorm. And apparently a blizzard has halted travel in the Northeast. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Switch 2 gameplay, and Pokopia. Oh gosh, 80 minutes for those two? Like, Super Mario Wonder shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to be like, hey, it's getting an update. Same crap. Plays better. Super Mario Wonder was good, but I don't think it was very hype worthy. Like, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't that groundbreaking. But I'm not a huge Mario fan to begin with, so I'm not the best judge of Mario games. Your parents tell you to go outside in the summer, which could burn you alive. Do well in the cold, eh? I personally hate being cold. You got a new animal to watch? Hold on, I think my a-hole upstairs neighbors woke up my son. When it feels like negatives, you feel like an ice cube, doesn't get too hot and heat. Oh, anime. Like, you got a new animal to watch. Yeah, I'll get Pokopia, but like I don't know how much I'm actually going to put into it, because I don't think it's going to be like super franchise changing or anything like that with new Pokemon or anything. So if they're doing Pokopia for a treehouse a few days before Nintendo Direct, and they released Fire Red Leaf Green before the Nintendo Direct, or Pokemon Presents, what the heck are they going to do for the Pokemon Presents? Surely they're not just going to be like, here's all of our MOBA crap, check it out. I usually don't have too much of a hot or cold problem. Like, I almost always have a jacket on with the sleeves pulled up halfway, and that usually is my temperature regulation. Going to be Gen 10 reveal, you think? Pokemon Championship release date and maybe gameplay. New event for PLZA. Could be. Goodness knows it could use some better DLC. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Gen 10 reveal. I mean, what? Gen 9 came out 4 years ago at this point? Almost 4 years ago? No kitty. You didn't like the hyperspace thing? Yep. The time limit crushed it for a lot of people. It was pretty bad functionality. Especially for those that actually like to explore. It was terrible. All right. Are repels going to be in this bag? Nope. Bring Granbull, Pharaoh, and Wobbuffet back. Put Scorch in another game. Only 12 Gen 8 Mons haven't been added in another game. Wait, only 12 Gen 8 Mons haven't been in another game? That's actually pretty impressive. Oh, I didn't battle him apparently. 8 haven't? That's actually pretty wild. I think every Pokemon is officially on the Nintendo Switch, if I remember correctly. Throughout all of the games on the Switch, I think we finally have every Pokemon available on it to some degree. Scorch, Bolton, Dubwool, Eldegoss, Dracovish, Arctophil, Dractyl. I mean, hey, the fossils deserve to stay there. I wonder if we will get those fossils in other games, though. You love the fossils? I detest those fossils. I hate them so much. But it is very region specific. The reason why I don't think that we should get those fossil Pokemon in any other game is, one, canonically, those Pokemon are indigenous to the Galar region. Two, it's making fun of Europe in paleontology at its finest, and I'm here for it. Like, that whole thing is just there to say, early on in paleontology, when archaeologists were pulling up fossils, they often put the parts of different dinosaurs together and called it one thing, and that's how we get Arctivolt and whatnot, because you can separate those and put them together correctly to have actual what the Pokemon probably actually were versus the monstrosity that they were turned into. And the OCD in me wants to see them in their complete form more than anything else. Which it would be cool to get a regional variant of those Pokemon where they were put together correctly, because the archaeologists in that generation took the time to put them together correctly. I think that would be funny. -4 because you respect Europe. Yeah, I feel like the other places would have the wherewithal to put the fossils together correctly, and so they wouldn't be the normal fossils you expect. Oh my gosh. If I would have played that one a little bit more carefully, I almost could have got through here without encountering a single grunt. I think there's a mandatory one up ahead, though. Discourse is pretty cool. But I think you were right about 12, because Eldegoss, Dubwool, Centiskorch, and Boltund have pre-evolution, so there's your 12. I think he saw me around the corner. I think he was using a mirror to check for basilisks or something. Not counting pre-evos? Fair. Keep forgetting Orbeetle. That is, in fact, a Pokemon. Had to have been the hat. That hat is huge. Are you guys familiar with the Pokemon X Razor collaboration that they did for the Gengar mouse and the Gengar mouse pad and the Gengar headset? I ended up snagging the Gengar headset. It's a significant downgrade from what I'm currently using, so I won't be using it all the time, but it will be fun to use. Like, it's a corded only headset, so already losing my mobility there. I think it's going to be something more for me to have for my future YouTube studio and office when I build my house. so that I don't have to worry about pulling it every which way, but I would have gotten the mouse too, but there wasn't a matching Gengar keyboard, so I said screw it, I only want the headset because it's going to go fantastic with my Gengar hat. This is a nice stream. And it's crazy because it shows me that there's like 44 people currently watching this stream, which is huge for the channel, and I'm here for it. Somehow I think we got like a lot of lurkers that haven't joined the chat, which is perfectly fine. It just blows my mind. Especially for just like a random one-off Monday stream type of situation going on. It's because I'm so kind and a very smooth talker. I'll take it. Had you known, you found the whole set at Best Buy the other day. Would have been like $300 for everything. Yeah, the headset's like $140. The mouse was like $89, and the mouse pad was like $60 or something like that. Almost bought the set, but because I was dropping that $600 on the Gen 1 Pokemon Legos, I had to pass on the mouse and the mouse pad. I wanted Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise in Lego edition way more than that. So much so that I didn't even get the Pikachu and Eevee that they're also doing, which I totally should. What Gen 8 Mon needs more love? Ooh, let's see. Probably Runa Regis. I feel like Runa Regis could use some more love. Greedent. Greedent's a cheeky little creature, though. I feel like that pun was wasted on y'all. That was one of my terrible dad jokes that I'm entitled to make. If Orbital is forgettable, it needs more love. What's the argument for saying Orbital is not a Pokemon? Are people operating under the assumption that it's an Ultra Beast? I still say Deoxys is an Ultra Beast. It explains way too well why Deoxys is crazy. About that Moondrop. The, oh, SV. Yeah, that makes no sense. I thought we were talking about Legend ZA. I'm like, I mean, arguably, Hoopa's kind of an Ultra Beast. I mean, it's a Pokemon, but given that it can create Ultra Wormholes on a whim, I'm pretty sure it counts. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. Who knows? Because it exists in the same world where Ultra Beasts are a thing, there just aren't any in that region. You saw Zygarde as an Ultra Beast? He's kind of like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, isn't he? Also, just hit 50 concurrent viewers. That's what's up. If y'all wanted to, and wanted to help the channel out a lot, smashing that subscribe button would definitely do it for us. Trying to get to 500 as quickly as possible. No pressure. Just a gentle nudge. Dang straight, Ruben. For a long time now. Think about it. You need Zygarde cells for it to transform, and it's a beast Pokemon to deal with. I mean, don't all Pokemon have cells, though? Just most of them have their cells attached to them at all times. Then again, Zygarde's cells seem to be, like, intelligent in and of themselves, so that's kind of crazy. Well, that was just pathetic. Now, imagine if instead of going on a tirade about what he wants to do for the world, he just busted out in song right now. Does make me wonder what kind of a song he would sing. Do you believe in life after love? Yeah, I could feel it. Just starts 1, 2, 3, 4, turns around and starts singing again. Open Gungan style. Could also see that. He looks like he might... That's what I'm saying, Ruben. He could have a very good voice. It could happen. Like, he got all those followers somehow. Honestly, Moondrop, I feel like that would be way too easy of an edit for the internet to accomplish. Like, that's an afternoon's work for the internet. Kitty, thanks for saying hi, but I don't want you on my pants because you can't control your claws. Burr Bites India, welcome, and thanks for subbing. There's that beautiful 328. How you doing? Moondrop, you're offering my cat a cheeseburger? She'll take it. She prefers plastic, though, gonna be real honest. Hi, Gabby. Thanks for saying a much shorter name, because I was trying to figure out how to shorten that name and or pronounce it, but I think I got it. How you doing, Gabby? This is the first time you're actually seeing somebody play BDSP? That's actually really funny. Yeah, so I'm playing BDSP to get 4 systems able to shiny hunt Arceus, Darkrai, Shaman, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, the works. So I plan to get a Living Dex on 1, transfer them to home, and then use home to complete the Living Dex instantly on the other copies. I started these save files like ages ago when the games came out, and collected the mystery gift events for them and whatnot. And I got the events at one point on my original trainer name, but I also got them as other because I had like 12 switches at one time, so I got a lot of profiles that I was able to get the events on, so I went for them at that point. But in full disclosure, I have put a bunch of rare candies and items onto these save files so that I could quickly and efficiently blow through the games, because I'm not playing the game for the story right now. I'm playing it to get to the finish line so I can shiny hunt. Did I shiny hunt Mew as well? Actually, I did. Back on the Japanese Pokemon Emerald. I shiny hunted Jirachi at one point as well. Successfully got Jirachi too. You're playing Emerald right now? Yeah. I shiny hunted Mew on this. Used an RNG manipulation. Got it in like 11 encounters. It was beautiful. Maybe that one was 16. But it was great. It was great. What is my favorite Pokemon? Swampert. The hat would indicate Gengar, but Swampert. My favorite type is Poison. Followed by Swampert, it is Gengar, and then Scolipede. How am I streaming vertically? What do you mean? YouTube lets you do vertical streams. And I have OBS set to phone screen size, so it kind of just does it. Shiny hunting Jirachi is nuts, and it doesn't matter how you do it. Unless you're doing it on Pokemon Go, it is insane. I don't know if I could ever shiny hunt Jirachi again. I kind of want to, but I think I would make myself sick actually doing it. Yeah, with OBS you have to download some plugins by Atom. It's A-item. But it is possible. You transferred your shinies from Pogo? Okay. Better to have them in the actual game. I like them. I personally don't count Pokemon Go shinies in my Shiny Living Dex, except for when and where mandatory. And I don't think any are currently mandatory at the moment. Not him just running away. Nice to meet you. You have a great day or night. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with day, though. Early morning? Yeah. India, right? Yeah. I can't take him seriously. I really can't. Just that big head and little body that he has going on. It's too comical. I'm actually kind of surprised that killed that Gyarados. Don't ask what you're doing. You're always like this. You do you, Moondrop. You do you. No judgment here. Now that we got like a significant amount of people in the live stream here, and because I genuinely want to know because of the video I just put out, what are y'all's thoughts on the Fire Red Leaf Green coming to Nintendo Switch as standalone digital-only titles? Looking back at me, I see that I never really got it right. On the fence, there's no online play. Which is funny because something that came up after I did my initial video was one of the arguments I made actually was incorrect. The ESRB rating for Fire Red Leaf Green was re-rated for this Switch release. So they didn't let them just keep the original rating. So for America, that's not an excuse. But as far as, well, if it worked in Europe and we didn't have to re-rate it there, then why would we add it for one region and not the other? Because that would be even worse than not adding it at all. The idea being there's no online because if they submitted the game exactly as it was, they could bypass the rating system, which would have caused them to have a higher rating due to the slot machine games that they had going on there. But that's only true for the Europe region with the PEGI rating system that they got to stay at 3. US went up to like 10 plus or something. But I was having some really good conversation in the chats for that video on my other channel and whatnot. And I enjoyed the chats. Nobody was name calling. People weren't saying really they thought it was stupid, or, you know, there was a few, but, you know, there's always going to be some of that. But I am genuinely curious what, like, people's consensus is on what they would have rathered, if they think it's a bunch of crap, if they enjoyed it, if they're excited about it, all that. I think it's a good conversation that can be had. Oh, I was like, what's going on? Okay. We will not be hunting Palkia right here, just so everybody's aware. But if I do get a shiny out of it, I'm not going to be upset. This one's for the KO. And we'll come back and hunt after I got the shiny charm. Even though I don't think it actually affects this, but it might. It's been a while since I shiny hunted this. Probably going to get them, but won't be in a rush to get them. That's fair. $66 concurrent viewers is definitely a new channel record. In case anybody wanted to know. Last channel record before this stream was, I think, 57. So, that's actually pretty cool. I'm happy about that. I think my cat just shut my door. Always love it. And you were here for it, Ruben, and so was the other 63 people that are hanging out. 60, 65. Okay, apparently they're kicking me out of Sky Pillar. Well, yeah, I mean, overall, fantastic random Monday stream. Like, I'm here for it. 69 people in the viewing area. 69 current viewers. You're going to go to sleep because you're tired? That's fair. Seriously though, if you guys don't want to lose the channel and want to stick around for some shiny hunting shenanigans on like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl for when I actually get around to hunting these creatures, definitely drop a subscribe so that you can be notified when we go live. We are desperately trying to get to 500 subs. I think this isn't right either, but it is. At 500 subs, we can start doing channel memberships. I do have the view time required to do that. So, we're getting more and more excited about being able to do that. in the near future. Shoot, with 68, almost 70 people in the chat, like, that would put us almost at 400 if everybody was new. Would be fantastic. It's like, I do miss being able to do the membership giveaways like I did on the other channel. I feel like it's this one, but I also feel like that's wrong. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. I will have a great rest of the night. You do the same, Moondrop. Greetings from the Cascada region. Never heard of that before. But welcome, Trek the Happy Turtle. Why am I climbing down this mountain? I can totally fly from out there. What are we doing? I probably slaughtered the pronunciation of that. But it's in Poland, right? Is it Cascada, Cascada, or something else? Oh, shoot. For real, Trek? Pacific Northwest, Northern Idaho, Washington, Oregon. This is embarrassing. Ruben, you're in the Boise area, right? Do I have that remembered correctly, or is that incorrect information? Because, Trek, I'm in southeast Idaho. Okay, yeah, close enough, Caldwell. I thought I remembered that information, right? It's like, once you said Pacific Northwest up near Idaho, I was like, you know what? I have heard reference to that before. It's just so far away. Like, I'm pretty sure I have to leave the state to get there from where I'm at. Yeah, for those that don't know, a random geographical tidbit. To get from southeast Idaho to northern Idaho in any reasonable amount of time, you have to leave the state and or country to get there. Yep, can confirm. Unfortunately, Idaho was not founded by dwarves, and as such, we do not have a tunnel through the mountain, and there are no reliable roads going over the mountain. You found a Bidoof in New York truck today? In your truck today. Took the humble ground beaver to McDonald's, fed it Sprite, came home and doom scroll till you saw the snows of Sinnoh. That is very appropriate. You were taking Bidoof home. Bidoof is watching, yes? So, wild story. We got 70 people hanging out in the stream with an average view duration of about 11 minutes. Total views for the stream so far, 254. And there's 14 likes. Fun facts. I'm pretty sure the bulk of people viewing right now, given the radio silence, are because people were doom scrolling and fell asleep with their YouTube thing auto scrolling, but because this is a live stream, it's just stuck here because it doesn't end. That's my working theory right now. That does explain there being that many people hanging out. Can't afford a ground type Pokemon. Not to mention, how do you keep a Bidoof from, like, eating your house? Oh, I want to visit that Pokemon Center there. I think I'm good on repels for a minute. Got 3 Meows to keep the Bidoofs away. Now I'm confused. Because obviously the Meowths are being called a cat, which do be making some sense. But was I to interpret that as the Bidoof being called a rat or a dog? Or is it literally a beaver? Because now I'm curious. I actually think I have to use this to get to the gym, don't I? Yes. Normal type in Sinnoh, ground type in Cascada. Do 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 do. You know what? Now that I actually hear you say the Cascada region, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Because I too have heard reference of a Pokemon region with that name. But I can't remember why and where. And hopefully y'all enjoyed my Cascada humming. Is it the Cascade reason? Probably. Cascade makes more sense. Marcus, welcome. You made the stream go to the funny number. The downside to my Infernape is everything is a physical move, so static is quite terrifying. How you doing today, Marcus? Hey, Marcus. Well, thank you so much for stopping in and taking some time out of your day. Oh, that guy would. There we go. Haha. Must battle. Feel like rubbish? I got some gunk in my lungs that's like just sitting and making my chest feel really heavy. Other than that, I'm okay. Hopefully yours isn't too bad and you get feeling better quickly. My kid, on the other hand, has a wet cough like nobody's business. It's very not great sounding. Have a good night, Marcus. Another mandatory battle. It can be. I tend to not really use self-sacrificing moves, though. CS hater, welcome. It is a fairly newish record. We did get up to like 76 earlier, I want to say. Let's see. I took a screenshot of it just in case. 74. 74 is what we got up to. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did see 76. I didn't get a snip of it, though. But yeah, we've been like at 68 pretty much the entire stream. It's, well, not the entire stream, but it's been steadily climbing the entire stream. I'm fairly confident that people have fallen asleep doom scrolling and it's just landed on this channel. It took me the longest time to realize that I didn't have to deactivate this and I could, in fact, walk under it. Like, just Lieutenant Surge taught me that this means you can't cross. There we go. I forgot what I was doing for a second. It has been a good stream. I'm digging it. I do need to go hand a baby a binky, so I'll be right back. Nice to see how fast this channel is growing, and Coppercoin has certainly expressed it today. Yeah. He's not feeling great at all. He's got a wet cough like nobody's business. How was I playing AFK? With mashing the A button and assuming I knew what was going on in the gameplay. So because my headset's Bluetooth and my controller's Bluetooth, I can walk across my house listening to the sounds of the game and just press buttons. But when I got to my son's crib, the headset cut out, so I couldn't tell that the buttons I was pressing was in the Pokemon change menu versus actual gameplay. So I need to rotate these twice. Once. That should do it. Yeah. I do wish it was growing a little faster, to be honest. I would love to be at least 500 subs, but 1,000 would be even more better. But I am fairly confident on Pokemon Day I am going to return to streaming via both channels. I don't know currently whether I plan to use like a service like Restream or if I'm going to do Streamlabs again. I think I would go with Restream just because if I use Streamlabs, my computer's still doing the same amount of work. And what I'm trying to avoid is the computer being bogged down. If I do like a restream, I can stream to multiple channels, and their servers are going to be the ones doing the work. Ruben, you have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out. It's been good to catch up and chat with you again. Oh yeah? That would be pretty cool, CS Hater. Marvel Rivals, huh? Wait, you're saying a small Discord server like mine, not saying that you were one of my moderators, right? Because if you were one of my moderators, I'm just not remembering the name to which your YouTube name belongs at the moment. And I would feel kind of bad about that. You were? Okay. So if you were and had to make another account, I got 3 guesses as to who you are, but I don't think any of them are going to be it. Wait, is this... Is this Karma? If it's not Karma, I gotta go with... No. The reason why it's throwing me is because the one that I initially think it is wouldn't... I doubt they would have lost their Discord account and have to make a new one, or YouTube for that matter. But the other guesses are Galactic Threat, and because I can never remember the name that it used to be, because I heard their first name once and thought it was funny as heck, I want to say Gavin. But what was the name? Because most of my moderators, if you said you were in past tense, most of my moderators are still some similarity on the channel itself. Whether it's friend of the server or something else. Stupid internet. I take it that means you didn't hear any of that? So what was your Discord name as my moderator? And then you lost your phone. Wait a second. Is this Chaotic Shady? That's good, because, like, last I knew they were still on my server as a mod. So, what was your name in my Discord server, then? Because the only ones that I can think of right off the bat are Galactic Threat, and Lincoln Logan never was officially a mod that I can recall. So it's either got to be Karma. Okay. That was my first. That explains the lol. Because, like, that was the first name I threw out. It was like, it's got to be Karma. I was like, Galactic Threat loved their username, so I doubt they would have lost their account that way. Not to mention having a different YouTube email would have been wild, but because they wanted to do YouTube and whatnot. Been into Marvel Rivals, though, eh? Nice. Dang it. Flame Wheel's not going to do much to this creature, I fear. So something that's pretty wild, Karma, is that by the time this stream is done, it's essentially going to account for 84 hours worth of view time for the channel. Doesn't sound like a lot, but for one stream, considering that I've been at this like 2 hours, is a lot. It's actually pretty crazy. Only thing that's been kind of scary about being a mod for their servers is you have to sign an NDA because sometimes they get stuff right from the devs. Oh, that's legit. That's what's up. Pelipper. I have one of those already. I found a pearl. It's just crazy to me right now how few chatters there are in subscribe growth to the channel, which is what leads me to believe that it's people falling asleep doom scrolling or something. But I am actually pretty stoked for the release of Fire Red Leaf Green on the Switch. I would have preferred physical release, throwing that out there, but I am very excited that we're getting a release of it because it helps fight piracy to a degree, because one of the chief arguments for piracy is, well, it's not readily available, so I'm doing nothing wrong, and if they're not selling it, it's not stealing. Those are the two biggest things you'll hear for emulation and ROM hacks and all the hubbubaloo there. I prefer the physical cards, which I do own. I don't have negative opinions of people who do ROMs and whatnot, like teach their own, but I think it's really cool that people will be able to legitimately own a way to play through this game, because it's on one of the most widely available systems ever, and it's a digital release, so there are infinite copies of it until they stop selling it. I'm glad that it's not on the Nintendo Switch Online, because I would hate to pay for a subscription every time I want to play the game for the duration of the time I want to play the game, versus just 3 years down the road, oh, I already own this game, let me pick it up and pop it in. You know, just sit down and play it. So I like that aspect of it. Was going to mention should totally play Poké Rogue. I would not enjoy Poké Rogue. For the same reasons that I don't really enjoy Legends Z to A. I like Pokemon battles, but I don't like them that much. There's just way too much Pokemon battling going on. Not enough story, in my opinion. Yep, you got it. And Poké Rogue is basically a gauntlet for Pokemon battles back to back to back to back. Not as open as SV. Honestly, I don't think it's even as open as Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm gonna be super for real. It does have more charm and inside buildings than SV, so I did appreciate that. But yeah, the world is just absolutely tiny. I love how it's just a freaking beaver that comes to help us out. Yeah, a lot of stuff on the battle system. I didn't mind the new battle system that much, trying to make the Mega Evolution mechanic better. I do appreciate that it allowed us to Mega Evolve multiple times. I thought that was really cool. But it was also kind of annoying having to collect Mega Energy in the middle of a battle. I really need to get on and do the online stuff so I can get my Swampert. Ooh. I need to go make it so the wife can get inside. Imagine coming to Victory Road with 2 Pokemon. Do I have Pokemon Legends Z to A? I sure do, Lovegood. Sure do. I have 2 copies of it, in fact. Oh, and this wasn't even the way I needed to go. I have been thwarted. I went the right way the first time. I just didn't see this rock. I am definitely not going to be popping that game in at this juncture. Oh, did I just use him to block my road? Well, I wouldn't go through the trouble of that there, Lovegood. Realistically, I don't accept shinies from viewers. Because it doesn't have my original trainer name on it, so they're kind of meaningless to my collection purposes. But as good as the stream has been thus far, I am going to have to sign off the stream for today. It is time to wrap up and start getting ready for bed and all that stuff anyways. So we'll catch you guys in another one.